Hello, my friends. Jay Todd here. I've caught up with a distinguished gentleman, Frank Fahrenkopf, the outgoing president of the American Gaming Association. I've had the honor to interview you a couple of times. You've always been very personable, and I really hate to see you go. But with your knowledge base, I mean, you've been at the helm for quite a while. You've watched online gambling become something that was not even on the AGA's radar, and then you kind of looked at it, and now the industries are merging together. We're moving toward regulation. With your knowledge base, looking 1 year, 5 years down the road, I'm just kind of curious as to what you see coming.
Well, you know, I think the fact is you don't just have to look at the gaming industry to make that sort of decision. We live in a digital age today. You know, look at what's happening in newspapers. Look what's happening to bookstores. So any industry has got to be responsive to what's happening with the internet and the young people of this country who, the world really, who no longer read newspapers or get their news from TV. They're doing it online. They're looking at their iPads or their iPhones. So our industry, I think, was a little hesitant to move very, very quickly into the iGaming space, primarily because our regulators went slowly. I mean, the regulators in Nevada, New Jersey, Illinois, Mississippi, where most of our companies are licensed, were very fearful that their technology really existed so that they could control it, as well as they now control land-based. I think those concerns have pretty much gone by the board. I think geometrics and biometrics have shown that you can be sure where the person is who's making the bet and who that person is, and making sure it's not some kid with, you know, mom's credit card. So it's been an evolution. I think there's still a question as to whether or not it's going to be nationwide under a federal piece of legislation or state by state. But I said, you know, a long time ago that it wasn't a question if internet wagering would come to the United States. It was a question of when. And we're there now. We have 3 states that have already acted. There's 5 or 6 more states that right now have legislation either being considered or will be considered. So when you look down the road 5 or 10 years, clearly internet wagering is going to be a major part of this industry. Now, one thing I've learned is that gaming in the United States is not monolithic. So you really have to look at the different markets. What is it going to mean to Las Vegas as opposed to what it will mean to Kansas City? Or what it will mean to Mississippi. You know, it may change. It may be different in each place, but it's going to happen.
Outstanding. You just, every time, I think I know something, and then I listen to him speak, and it just makes my mind go in 10 different directions. You know, the industry is going to be less. We're gonna have lost a tremendous amount of experience and knowledge with your departure. Any plans for the future?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to just disappear. I'm going to, at least for the next 6 months after I retire, be a consultant to the American Gaming Association. We have a brand new CEO, Jeff Freeman, coming in, who's very experienced in the travel and tourism area, and I'll be working with him and bringing him up to speed on this. I'll be at G2E, so I'm not going to disappear, but I'm going to, I'll be doing some consulting, serving on some boards of directors. I'm also going to go on the speaking circuit, paid speaking circuit, I hope, where I get paid for my speeches rather than the many I've done for the last 18 years for nothing. So
this is my last free interview.
Your last free interview.
Sir, you're always so gracious. Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming.
Good to see you.